Dear World Hydrogen Summit attendees, dear energy industry, dear hydrogen enthusiasts, thank you for this opportunity to present. And I would also like to thank you, our industry partners and friends, for the help that you have been providing Ukraine in these hard times. My name is Andrii Bondar. I work on decarbonized energy carriers in DTEK. DTEK is an energy company, the biggest private investor into the energy sector in Ukraine, who is also a part of a bigger group called SCM. Jointly, we employed up to 200,000 employees pre-war. Currently, we operate thermal power generation. We produce up to 2 billion cubic meters of natural gas, and we have operated 1 gigawatt of installed capacity of renewables, with another 500 megawatt of wind power being under construction pre-war. And now we are engaged with several stakeholders from the industry and the governmental sector to draft out a so-called Marshall Plan or a roadmap to rebuild Ukraine after we win this war based on the principles of fossil-free energy, decarbonization, energy security, and high tech. As you know, the Russia's war on Ukraine has destroyed a lot of existing value chains. For example, their bombing of Mariupol has destroyed one of the biggest steel plants in the region, Azovstal. And we see that we can utilize this Marshall Plan and draft out a roadmap to build new value chains based on green hydrogen and to bring back the industrial potential of our country, and both to contribute to the energy security of the region and to produce more competitive products based on renewable energy. We also see that Ukraine has the potential to become a net exporter of green hydrogen, with up to 8 gigawatts of electrolyzers dedicated for exports under the hydrogen strategy of the European Union and the 2x40 gigawatt initiative. We see that using renewable power, we could decarbonize and modernize the following industries. First of all, we need to build up to 80 gigawatts of additional renewable power capacity in Ukraine to power such value chains as producing decarbonized energy carriers like green hydrogen itself for direct exports, or utilizing Ukraine's vast potential in biogas with up to 8 billion cubic meters of biogas technically possible to produce, to further produce sustainable aviation fuel, synthetic fuels, e-methanol, gasoline, and diesel. We also see that using green hydrogen in Ukrainian iron ore deposits, we could produce green hydrogen DRI for exports or for further use in the production of green steel. And also the fertilizer industry is a very interesting topic for us because first of all, it contributes to the energy security of our region with up to 7 billion cubic meters of natural gas used pre-war to produce ammonia-based fertilizers, which could be substituted by green hydrogen. And this both will contribute to the energy security and the food security of the world. Ukraine is prepared for such a transition. We see that its proximity to Europe and integration of logistical routes will help us deliver the decarbonized energy carriers at a competitive cost. For example, transporting green hydrogen by the gas pipeline or transporting green energy in other energy carriers like green ammonia or liquefied organic hydrogen carriers by the Blue Danube or the Danube River, which falls in the south of Ukraine into the Black Sea. We see that up to 320 gigawatts of onshore wind potential could help make this transition. We also estimated and proposed a couple of regions for large-scale industrial green hydrogen-based projects. For example, the region between Dnipro and Zaporizhia could benefit from a local hydrogen pipeline that could connect the local nuclear power plant, which potentially can produce pink hydrogen, for example, the local and newly built renewable power sources, with the off-takers in Kryvyi Rih in the form of iron ore deposits to produce green DRI, or the steel plants in Dnipro or Zaporizhia. Our experience has proven that the southern region's wind potential has the capacity between 35 to 40%. We also estimate that up to 20 gigawatts of electrolyzer capacity could be easily utilized in such industrial value chains as, again, production of green hydrogen itself, the production of green ammonia and fertilizers, the production of hydrogen-based DRI, green steel, and synthetic methanol and fuels produced from that methanol. But an upgrade to our infrastructure would also be needed. For example, the gas pipeline will have to be refurbished, and the electricity grids will have to be updated to support the changes in the growing renewable energy sources installed in Ukraine. And a guarantees of origin scheme will have to be established to trace and track the origin of renewable energy from its source all the way through the value chain to the end product and the end market, whether it's Ukraine or Europe. We would like to invite you, our European and international colleagues, to engage with us in this effort to draft out a roadmap and invest into Ukrainian green hydrogen value chains that would contribute to the decarbonization and energy security of Europe. My name is Andrii Bondar, and here are my contacts. If you have any additional questions or you want any additional information, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you for your attention, and Slava Ukraini!